first-gen student, I would say that it has taught me to advocate for myself and to become more outgoing.
Being a first-generation college student has definitely pushed me to become a better me. I want to be that role model for my siblings, my cousins, and future generations of family members and friends that will definitely need that help when they are starting to apply for college.
It made me a leader. Being a first-generation college student, my identity is a leader.
Being a first-generation college student has shaped my identity in the fact that I'm forging a new path and it opens up unlimited possibilities.
Being a first-generation student has shaped my identity in many ways. It's taught me to become more confident in myself. It's definitely brought me a bunch of my friends. It's built a community for me here at Stockton, and I definitely think those are things that have shaped me truly as a Stockton student.
Being a first-generation student has certainly shaped my identity because I feel as though it's just given me a different perspective on how to navigate the education system, especially here at Stockton. I feel like it's helped me utilize my resources a lot more, learn, and appreciate asking for help on if I don't understand something in my class, on talking to my professors, or even if I just don't understand how to navigate the resources or offices here at Stockton.
To my family, being a first-generation student definitely means a lot of pride in my identity.
Being a first-generation college student has meant a lot to my family because this is a new experience for all of us. This is my first time being away at home for extended periods of time, and this is also my first time in a new, intense academic setting.
My family is very proud of me. They support me all the way. And as I said before, it's a new experience for us all. So not only is it new, but it's exciting as well.
It's like, you know what, he's the one that's gonna set this new trend or this new trail, set this trailblaze for our family, you know. He's gonna do things that we couldn't do or that I couldn't do in my past.
Being a first-generation college student has meant a lot to my family. I grew up with older adults telling me that I didn't have opportunities, and that honestly challenged me to do better. I now get to show my kids by example that only you can determine your future.
It meant everything to my family. Being a first-generation college student coming to Stockton and, coming from back home, Egypt and Pakistan, I'm not supposed to be here. So, I have a really good, strong backbone of my family supporting me.
Being a first-generation college student has meant a lot to my family. My parents immigrated here 20 years ago, so it's always been me and my brother trying to trailblaze, share resources, find things that have worked for both of us to build our communities at our respective campuses.
Being a first-generation college student means a lot to my family. They're super proud of me. They push me to do better. They want me to be the best that I can be because I'm going to be that first person in the family that gets to walk across the stage in that cap and gown.
So being a first-generation college student has meant a great deal of happiness to my family, especially coming from a family whose two parents came from a different country and who came to the United States without having a college degree. I feel like they had so much support and a lot of resources to pour into me to help me complete my college degree.
Being a first-gen student, from my family's perspective, I would say they've seen how hardworking I am. They realize that college comes with challenges, but they have faith in me and they support me 100%.
I feel like a lot of times, even just growing up when I was in high school or middle school, asking for help can sometimes seem a little daunting and you just don't want to because you feel like you don't want to be the person who doesn't know anything. And I feel like being first gen, that comes with a lot of the territory of just being scared to ask for help because you just don't know.
It's very difficult being a first-generation student. It can feel very isolating in that there are other people that don't know what you're experiencing.
I would say loneliness has been a challenge that I face personally. Introverted, plus coming in during Zoom time, 2020, COVID. It was hard getting connected, meeting new people.
Some challenges I faced coming into Stockton, we're learning about Stockton lingo, some resources, building a community, but definitely through First Ospreys and other initiatives and clubs that I'm a part of, I've definitely been able to overcome that and learn more about myself in the university setting.
Some challenges that I would say we might face as first-gen students are advocating for ourselves, knowing when to ask the right questions, and making sure that we call home and also tell them what's going on.
The challenges that I face being a first-generation college student is the stereotypes. I'm from the Middle East. You know, our stereotypes, you own a gas station, a liquor shop, a business, you're wealthy. Coming to Stockton, being a first gen, I'm, letting go all the stereotypes behind.
Some of the challenges that I face being a first-generation college student is the fact that many people tend to compare themselves to others, and that can be a very limiting perspective. Instead, I learned to compare myself to my own failures and successes.
Some resources that I found on campus started off by getting involved. I've been involved in First Ospreys for the past 3 years now, which has been a great community for me to be a part of.
I believe that the first-generation resources that I have found at Stockton have been in every single office and every person that I have met. I believe that Stockton really is true to what they say when they say that they are a first-gen friendly community and they're a first-gen friendly campus.
The resources that I found as a first-generation student at Stockton are through the clubs and organizations that are on campus.
Some of the best supports and resources that I found on campus are finding peers and mentors that inspire you and getting involved in clubs. So some of the clubs that I'm involved in are the Social Work Club, Active Minds, and the Student Veteran Organization, which is now called the Military Affiliated Students of Stockton.
The resources that I found at Stockton is the Multicultural Center, Sankofa Retention, Student Transition Programs, First Ospreys.
Some support that I would say we have here on campus. For one, we have First Ospreys. They're for first-gen students, and then a club which I'm in is Together, which is for women of color. It's a retention initiative.
A major thing that I found was deeper spaces. I took a leap of faith, went on that retreat, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We talked about our intersectionalities, things that make us unique, first gen, different backgrounds, and like how do we support people that are similar to us and different from us.
Some resources that I found on campus for first-gen college students that were helpful for me were definitely Stockton Cares, the Student Transition Programs Office.
One of the resources that stands out to me as a first-generation student is financial aid. They helped me out a ton.
I would say take a leap of faith and try new things.
If I could give a first-gen student a piece of advice, it would certainly be just because you're first does not mean that you're last.
Study, stay on top of your grades, and get involved. You'll have a great experience here at Stockton.
Ask any question. No question is too little, no question is too big. Any question you have, ask it.
That it's okay not to be okay. There's gonna be times that we all fail, nobody's perfect. There's gonna be times that we're gonna have a downfall, but as long as we bounce back up, that's all that matters.
If I were to give up-and-coming first-generation students one piece of advice, it would be not to underestimate yourself or your abilities. 3 words to describe first-generation college students are optimistic, motivated, and driven.
3 words I would describe us first-gen students. We are hardworking, we know how to persevere, and we are very challenge-seeking.
3 words to describe first-generation college students are confident, trailblazing, and persevering.
3 words that I would use to describe first-generation college students would be brave, tenacious, and inspiring.
3 words that I would describe first-generation college students to be would be resilient, creative, and incredibly insightful.
3 words to describe first-generation college students for me would be can't be stopped.